Welcome back. This is your old school networker, and I'm back for part two of this series. And wanted to just remind you that everything I talk to you about, I've heard, studied, learned, or even taught through my development in this industry of direct sales to network distribution. So I take no credit, but it is important for you to understand that if I can learn this stuff driving tractor trailer, so can you. And so tonight we're going to talk about the enrollment process. Remember, a goal without a plan is just a dream. So let's talk about what it is that we need to do to develop some type of plan. The enrollment process, as everything else, starts off with the power of duplication. It is about getting a lot of people to do a little bit. And so, if you'll understand exponential growth, if you understand exponential growth, you'll see how those numbers continue to grow for you. And systems are duplicatable, but talent is not. So, it's important for you to understand that if, in order for everyone to have an equal opportunity to have success, then systems need to be in place. And once we get those systems in place, then of course we can develop and have the success that we came here to have. Now, our enrollment process is very, very simple. There's several different points to that enrollment process. And the first thing I want to talk about is training and the power of training. Like anything we get involved in, there is a curve. We talked about it in the mindset conditioning. There's a learning curve that we must go through. And so there's an orientation, there's a basic training, there is a fundamental training, there's a train the trainers training, there's there's a leadership training. There's so many different trainings that we get while building this business. So we really want to encourage you to plug into as many trainings as your company has to offer, because you can never know enough. And of course, the more we know about what it is that we do, the more confident we are in what it is that we're doing, the more power we're going to have when we're taking our product or service to the marketplace. So be mindful that training is everything. And then, of course, once we understand that the power of training, will begin to plug in to our systems. And one of the systems that we know industry wide that really works is to create and develop a list of names. Remember, your list of names is your inventory, that is your roadmap. I mean, this is like any other business we get involved in. We have to have inventory. If you opened up a corner store, you'd need Pampers, milk, you need bread, those types of things. And so once you got your inventory, then of course you would have something to sell. And so the same thing here in our inventory is our list of names. And so don't be shy. We say put 30 names together in your first 24 hours in the industry. And just remember, start where you're at. Start where you're at right now. Just like you're brand new to the business. And so, put that list of names together, go in that cell phone, write them down, write down the relationship that you have with them, the phone number, and then sort that list. Put them in three different categories. We say 10 easiest, 10 best, and 10 long distance. Why do we say 10 easiest? Because it's 10 people who you know, love, and respect you. And 10 best is the 10 sharpest people you know. And of course, 10 long distance, 10 people that live outside of your marketplace, so you can begin franchising right away. And then of course, the next thing you want to do in the process on first base, you want to create a learning approach and a peak of interest statement. I mean, there's so many different statements that we can use. There's quite a few. I mean, do you keep your income options open? If I could show you a proven system where you can earn an extra X amount of dollars per month, would you be open to take a serious look? Now, that's two that I use that work very, very well, and we'll talk more about that as the series goes along. And then, of course, edification happens right away, and it happens often throughout your entire prospecting process. And edification is simply speaking highly of something or someone, making people feel good about themselves, compliment them, put them on a track that they want to open up and hear what it is that you have to say. Most people aren't hearing a lot of positive things on their job, and so when you're edifying them and you're making them feel good about themselves, oh, what a difference it makes in how they're going to open up to you. And then, of course, on second base is the three-way call. It works so very well. Virtually every company out there in this industry has a recorded call or a quick commercial, a brief 5-minute call, something along those lines. Just something to kind of wet the palate of the prospect. Generally, it tells a little bit about the company, the products or services, and then, of course, the compensation plan. And so we suggest that you use the three-way call because it does several things. First, it gives a professional presentation to your prospect every time you use it. Remember, your people don't know who you are. I mean, they know who you are, rather, but they don't trust you. They don't believe in you in this particular industry because they judge you based on what it is that you do, not necessarily who you are. So the three-way call is going to definitely bring that professionalism to about our company to them. The second thing it's going to do is going to give you training, constant training, because you're plugging people into it and you're listening to it over and over and over again, and you're subliminally learning the information. And the third thing it does is going to take you out the way. Remember, we want people to judge us based on the company and not necessarily us. So those are huge. And then, of course, you're going to do another three-way call after you've had them listen to the recorded overview and you've asked them what it is that they like about what they heard. And if they continue to show interest, then you want to three-way them into your expert. And your expert is someone that you respect, someone that you see value in, someone that has the information that could actually take over the call. Remember, we're in an automated society these days, and so people are okay with automation to a certain extent. So it's okay to be high tech early on, but then you want to move to high touch as quickly as possible. And so that's why you want to get your prospect on a call with a live person. And one of the things your expert is going to do is going to invite them to some kind of presentation. Remember, we have so many different presentations, and your expert's also going to edify you and create more value in you in their eyes as well. And so this is huge that you're using your expert, because chances are good your prospects are going to move quicker for someone that they don't know, someone that you've created value in, someone that they can believe in about our company, than they will you. Now understand, it's not personal. That's just the law of the land. That's just the law of nature. And then, of course, they're going to invite them to a presentation. We've got many kinds of presentations, and most companies do. There's online presentations, there's one-on-one presentations, there's private business reception or in-home party presentations, there's business opportunity meetings. That list goes on and on and on. So there's going to be many presentations that your expert is going to invite your prospect to. Just one of the things before I go any further, remember this always. ABC. So after every exposure, you want to ask your prospect a good closing question. What did you like best about what you heard? Does this make sense to you? These are called cushion closes. So you're warming them up to bring them to a close. And so as they're getting more and more information, we call it a dripping process. As they're getting more and more information, then they be ready. They're ready to close when it's time to close them. And so what will happen is, after the next presentation, whether it's a webinar on the internet, or a two-on-one or one-on-one, or a in-home party, or a business opportunity meeting at a hotel, or whatever the case may be, again, it's time to close them and get them involved in the process. And When do you see yourself getting started? I mean, there's so many different closing questions. Did it all make sense to you? When would you like to get your first paycheck? And we'll go over some major closing questions later on in the series. And just understand, guys, that this is a system. Remember, use the word system as an acronym. Save yourself some time, energy, and money. And so the team who takes the most people through this system is going to win. Remember, it is about duplication. It's about a lot of people doing a little bit. And if you do that, you will have success. Now, understand, business is funny because early in your business, it's going to seem like you're putting a lot of time in your business and you're not making necessarily making the money you deserve to make, but you're in your learning curve. And so the more you learn, the better you get, the less time you will have to invest into your business in order for your business to grow for you. So understand, the time you invest in the beginning will outweigh the money you earn, but the money you earn will gradually but surely outweigh the time you invest. And listen, the surest way for this not to happen is for you to quit. So really, all you have to do is stick and stay, and you will definitely get your pay. It's so important to understand that we have to learn our industry, learn our company. We have to learn our product. We have to learn our compensation plan. This is all a part of the learning curve because the future belongs to people who are competent, people who are very good at what they do. It doesn't matter what our intentions are. It doesn't matter that you mean well. It matters how good you are. That's all that really matters. People don't really care about anything else. No matter what it is that they tell you, they want to know that they can trust and believe in you, that you know what you're doing, that you know what you're talking about. And those are the people who are going to be able to, that's going to be willing to work with you. You see, we have to create our own success, and we do that by learning what it is that we need to learn, then by practicing what it is that we learn until we become proficient enough in it to train it, and then we train it and we teach people how to train it. And so that's where massive success is going to come from. Once we learn it, we train it, because the learning is in the training, and then we teach people how to train it once they learn it as well. And that's when exponential growth will begin to happen for you, and it will continue to expand generations deep down into your organization. See, here's what's happening, guys. Every study of high achievers proves that greatness in life is only possible when we become outstanding in our field of choice. So understand, the jack of all trades is necessary, but the master of one is the one who's going to have massive success. So the foundation of lasting self-confidence, of lasting self-esteem, is excellence and mastery in what it is that we do. So the more we know, the better we are, the higher our level of confidence is going to be when we're taking it to the marketplace. So the best thing we can do with our time is get better in what it is that we do. Get increase our competence in those key areas of life. And so one of the things I always suggest, especially from a business standpoint, only take on what you plan to give your all in, what you plan to do your best in. Because there's no praises for average performance. We've got to be superior in whatever our craft is. And so, regular is not going to be good enough. Superiority is what it is that we strive for. So the beauty of this industry, and this is something that you'll hear me say a lot, is that you always have someone there to walk with you until you're able to walk with someone else. It's always we're pushing someone up or we're pulling someone up. It's always we're bringing people up. Either they're going up or they're coming up, one or the other. And so the beauty is that success can and will happen for all of us who do the things necessary for success to happen for us. Some of us, it'll happen at the age of 15. Some of us, it'll happen at the age of 50. But sadly, some of us, it'll never happen at all. So quick question. Have you reached your point of resolve? Have you become willing to pay the price for success? You see, opportunity cost. It's a basic economic fact that in order to get something in life, we must be willing to give something up. There's going to be a sacrifice, there's going to be a price that has to be paid. So, what is going to be your price? So, I ask you to resolve to be the best that you can be in all that you do because the payoff is no less than phenomenal. So, till next time, this is Mr. C, your old school networker, checking out. Have a phenomenal day.